And so, yeah, how do I, too loud or how do I sound? I'm good. So I just want to tell you why I stopped it. I got these downloads. It was like, yeah, that was high level stuff, and the high level got me present to these moments. And I want to tell you what, these downloads are about this, right? I'm going to tell you the solution though, Samin. I got to look at you. I really got to look at you. It's kind of like the Scotty realizes he needs some Samu support right now. And it's just for both, and it's for both of us. And the solution came. It's about talking to Vadim and being honest. And I got the notes of what to say. And just bear with me as I try to remember the download. Okay, Samu, just trust me. Please don't let what I'm going to say trigger you. So just know, because it will, but just know, please don't, and make it worse for me. Right? So yeah, I just had to turn it off at the offer, like talking about the money, like it just started to feel bad again. And I'm scared. I woke up scared today. And I only can I got presidents listening to her right now, is just that, I think I hit that spot this morning, where it's I can't stop worrying about time's running out now. Like, I know myself, I start like, and it started to happen yesterday. And it's okay that I'm crying because I was given the solution, but the solution is scary for this, Scotty, because it'll work. Like, this is the way out. I just gotta talk myself. This is the way out, but it's scary for the Scotty. Like, what came to me is, I try to recreate the thoughts. What came to me is, Samita needs to book someone every day. And this is so hard to get people. And if we just got Vadim in right now, I just feel if Vadim said yes, they would do something for our fear. And then it says, and this is what's great, right? It says, because if we do this, and then it says, we've got nothing to lose by telling the truth at this point. That was the download I got. Like, if we just let people know, but not everybody, because I can't handle it. If everybody, if certain people knew, certain people, that I'm in the same position as you. Here's the downloads I got. Tell Vadim everything he needs to know to show up for a booking session, so that we don't put him on a Zoom call ever. It's like, if we could get Vadim, and the only way I know is to be, well, it came in the download. It said, this was the other thought that came as I was thinking, we just got to get the Vadim in. Says, what we don't tell people might just be what attracts them. Oh, fuck, right. This was the positive downloads. And then I cried when she's talking about the money. I got triggered. I got triggered about $200. I never get triggered. It says, what we don't tell people might just be what attracts them. That was the download I got. So it's like, I don't want them to know my financial situation. But if Trevor knew it, if Vadim knew it, it's not like we're asking for money from Vadim. It's like, it would just make a difference for us if Vadim said yes. That's what came to me. And it says, Samina has to tell Scott's financial story responsibly. Right. The only way it works is if whenever we're not doing it right now, that part for sure. I can't handle it right now. I just want to talk to Vadim together, you and I, and just just have a conversation that is like just natural and yeah, it turns into an hour conversation right now because we're going to tell him everything he needs to know about this, like everything, right? Just freaking do our best to just explain and give him everything he needs to know how it works, right? How it works and why we think this would be good for him as well, right? But I think most importantly, we don't know what's going on in his life, right? We don't know. And I think right now he's the only person I'm willing to let know right now that my financial situation is the same as yours. That we don't have family to go to, either of us, for complicated reasons. You just anyway, how about we don't tell our financial story right now? But bottom line is we're actually eating less just to save money to pay bills, you know? And from what we know of the law of attraction, that's not a good sign. And that's why I'm scared. Like, even I'm not. Anyway, I feel peaceful even though I'm scared. What we don't tell people might just be what attracts them. And that's what came in this story. It's going to attract them in to get booking. It's going to attract them to be clients. It's going to be so attractive. What I saw in the download is like, looks too much like you and I are experts. It's because it was supposed to always be tribe sponsorship, and it's not. It's like, that's one of the reasons why I want people to join fast. What do you want to say? And if you're not aligned with talking about, just explaining this thing so that if we can explain it to Vadim, because we both care about him so much, like if we really just saw him coming in because of us explaining this, because he doesn't want to get on a Zoom call. And if you put him in that position, as soon as you say no to the Zoom call, it kind of makes us not want to try. So what if we just don't let ourselves get rejected and we just have a conversation right now that is so raw, right? I don't know that I'd let him see all of the conversation up until now. But if that's what it took, I just somehow think Vadim understands how we feel better than most people. I don't know why. Can you just talk about anything right now? I don't want to hear myself.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Just don't know what to say, how to say it. It's just like I feel exhausted talking about our situation, knowing about the
I don't
law of
want to talk about it. I
attraction.
don't want to talk about our situation. I just want to
Yeah,
talk about everything to do with booking. So
yeah.
like for the benefit of him. So it's not charity or anything. It's just, I just feel like if I knew it was for Vadim right now, for some reason unexplainable, if I'm talking to Vadim, it's going to be the best
So they don't
explanation. It's good.
they they don't get on a let me just kind of talk it out.
Yeah. I don't
Yes, we're
want to talk about that. I
talking.
want you to imagine that Vadim, like put him in your heart,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
Vadim is not going to be on a Zoom call with us. We're not going to ask him to do that,
yeah.
right? We're just going to say everything we would want to say on a Zoom call. Like if we were preparing, you know what you do? Let's imagine right now that you and I are talking about everything to prepare for the Zoom call. Well, what's interesting is what we talk about would actually be more powerful and quicker if edited for him to watch, to make his decision. And it's not a rush. I mean, if it took 2 weeks for him to listen to the video, if it was that long, at least we know that it's there. And I know he cares about us.
Well, we make it so easy for him. There's no Zoom call. We just give him the experience of a booking session.
That's what I saw in my download. I remember. Do a screen share, show him the 11 books, and let's together share with him. If we could buy one of these books for him, we would, but we can't. Or if he could buy it and let us pay it back when we're doing better, if that's what it takes. We just can't. We'd be giving away food money.
I almost feel like crying because I felt present to something about Vadim. He probably doesn't even remember it.
Mhm. Obviously, I do
And
too. Go ahead.
and I just wanted to share, like when he was doing, the 30 days in our membership site we had 2, 3 years ago when he was in it. And then we
Oh,
had the
yeah.
penalty.
I know what you're going to say. I bet he intentionally missed a day so he could pay us.
Know what I was gonna say? Well, maybe that would be true. You said that, but I'm just saying that he was just so honorable. Like normally you have to it's awkward to actually tell people you missed a day. So it's like I always felt awkward. I didn't
Oh,
like it.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Badim right away, like I didn't even have to go to him. I didn't even I don't even think I noticed him until he actually sent me the $111 himself. I'm like, oh, right. So like he was just so, and
That's
it's not about
consistent.
that.
That's consistent with my theory that he intentionally missed the day.
Um, so he's always been like so easy, you
You
know.
know what my biggest regret, my biggest mistake in the last 3 years with working with you is when I changed, how many, the thing he was doing, and I changed it too many times, and he didn't. It's like it's like doing your Facebook Live for 1,800 days, and then all of a sudden you got to start all over again. That's what I did to him, and of no
Mm.
fault of his own, just because I changed the system. I wasn't thinking of him. I was thinking about like the bigger picture, right? But the bigger picture wasn't worth it to lose him. He was just so easy to deal with all the time. I never had to talk to you about problems you were having, with him as a client. It was just, he was always so coachable and appreciative and respected you like a real counselor. It was amazing what you used to say.
He was
Yeah, so
actually the
let's
best.
so yeah, I know. So let's do I know. So let's do the showing the picture of the 11 books. Can you do that easily, or do I have to look through my hard drives? I think you asked for it yesterday, and
Hold on.
I sent it to you yesterday.
no, I can do it easily. Just give me a sec to navigate screens. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
I'm thinking, I mean, the first thought I had is
No, no,
this
no,
one,
no,
but I don't
no,
know.
no. You know what we have to do? You can't do that. The first thought I had when the download came is we can't assume we have any clue what's going on with him, right? We can't just go by that. And if we're
Yeah.
also saying that this is kind of like a webinar potentially, like what I'm saying, what came to me is that if I just talked with you and it gave him all the information he needs in a way that it wasn't boring, so he can make the choice, right? So even though it's like I just shared my vulnerability, I know he will respect our request. Don't do it because if you want to help us. Just like what's her name said that I said, and that I said, quote this, or exactly what she said. It's either for you if it don't feel right, don't do it. Like definitely that's what I want made available for Vadim, right? But now I need to be responsible to do everything I can to present it so that he sees the benefit to him that has nothing to do with helping us. That's what came to me in the download when we were listening to her. So let me just pause right now for a minute and explain the books, okay? Let me just see if I can get a meditation channel. But take it off screen share right now and talk to me because you're crying. And so let's just talk about that. We can come back to that. I felt like this is our one thing, by the way. Right now, it's more important than the landing page and anything. This conversation, that's what came to me. It's more important than booking you in Power of Emotions. It was this whole thing. It came to me as this is the most important thing. It'll change everything. Whether or not Vadim comes in or not, it's this conversation will, be a webinar. It'll be a webinar that I can edit, Like that guy, Dan, who talked to you. And in the end, you suggested a book for him, right? Imagine that we just talked to him about everything, how it works, like all the details now. How does it work is answered right now. The thing we don't want to answer, but that's the most important thing. And this part of it is for people that are seriously committed, because we don't want to give our trade secrets away, because so many people are going to come into this group just to know exactly how we're creating this kind of positivity and social sharing videos the way we do it. So we don't want to tell everybody, all our agreements and rules that people sign off on,
But they already know it because they're in here.
Yeah, but when you're just looking from the outside, you don't see what's going on, the rules and agreements they're keeping. You right? The outsiders don't see that. Right? Only us that are doing it know the rules, and there's lots of them, right? That we take for granted. Right? There's so much. When you explain how it works, we got to tell Vadim exactly how it works. So he could that's what came to me. Train him so well that it said that he would literally come on a booking call with the book, and it would just go so smoothly without ever having to talk to you beforehand. That's what the download was. And that's amazing. Talk about, making it so that people can really make a choice and no more mystery. If someone just asked that question, I don't understand what's in it for me, like how it would benefit me. And I also don't understand, how it works. Well, what if we would have just had this video and sent it to that girl, Cassidy, right? We could still do it right now. She's still in the group. We could just say, hey, I know this is weird. This is 2 hours long. Don't expect you to watch it. But we finally were able to at least answer that question, you know?